The music is off? What's going on over here? That means that we need to start the show, as we do get into this one absolutely as fast as possible. I got some beef in my mouth. Couldn't even finish that before the show began. It's actually, you can't see it on the screen, but I'm like spitting it out right now too. Fucking gross. Anyways, I see Do Kwon has already sent in a super chat before this damn stream even began. Isn't he in fucking jail with a ledger up his Angus right now? Like, where's this guy? Where's this guy coming from? Anyways. Some Chi-Town in the background. I still have a lot of beef in my mouth. Hold on. Oh my god, am I muted? No, you're not muted. You just, I don't know, maybe don't have a comment that you posted, perhaps. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. I can see that my microphone's actually working right now, which is good. Lube yourself. Lube yourself in the moment. That's right. You should lube yourself up. Lube yourself up because it's the motherfucking bull market. 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 Krown for Prime Minister of Canada. Oh dear Lord, you do not want me making any political decisions for anyone out there in the world. See, that's the thing. I know that I shouldn't be making decisions. These motherfuckers who are running, they don't know. It's the motherfucking bull market. Yes, indeed. You heard it here first. No, you didn't hear it here first. Everyone's been screaming about bull market since basically 2021, right? It was the bull market even in 2022. It was the motherfucking bull market. However, now. It's okay. You make financial decisions for us every day. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Malakas. It's the bull market, indeed, for our Greek friends out there in the world. I got a shit ton of caffeine to get through before we get into this one. I'm going to give it a little bit more time as well for people to join on in. I suspect, holy shit, 420 people watching right now. No one else can join in. The doors are closed. This is the last person who's left in. Oh, motherfucker. Just update it right now. That's okay, though. Anyways, I see a lot of familiar faces in here, as always, which is really, really good. A lot of good people here from way back when, from many, many moons ago. Not only do we have OGs from 2018, but we also got OGs now from 2020 as well. I think if you are in before 2020, you're an OG of this channel for sure, but are you an OG of the crypto sphere? I mean, for me, I always consider people in before about 2015, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And it looks like the Santa rally has already begun. Or is it the Halloween rally? Who knows what kind of rally it is? Just price goes up and everyone's fucking happy again, right? When Elden Ring stream, I actually just replayed that game. I fucking love it. It's amazing. Dark Souls 3 is still one of my most favorite games of all time. But I've been playing a lot of Warhammer 3 recently for my nerdy behaviors. Anyways, plenty to talk about right now. Yeah, if you were here when Deribit didn't require KYC, you're an OG. How about that one? Or when just most exchanges didn't require KYC. If you were here when BitMexico was still the main game in town, you're an OG. Perhaps Simpson Virgins Unite. Ring, ring, ring. Yeah, we got plenty to get through today. A lot of things, actually, as Bitcoin does choose the northern route, continuing up above 72,000 bucks, even hitting a high of last night in the mid 73s. So not bad. Basically, Bitcoin already retesting prior all-time highs, looking strong. And as we'll be going over today's video, that is actually very much indicative and relatable to what we've seen in past cycles. Actually, in fact, this cycle, I can even make the argument that Bitcoin is stronger this cycle. Although I don't think that Bitcoin's going to have bigger returns than past cycles, it's just going to move faster. Who you fight next, my G? You should fight BitBoy. BitBoy is actually fighting Ansem. I don't know how that one's going to go because, and I'm not saying this in any like derogatory way, but it seems to me like Ansem is 100% focused on Twitter. And whenever I see him posting there, he's posting about not training. And I know that BitBoy trains. No matter what you might think of BitBoy, I've actually met him in person. Very nice guy in person. And his wife or lady, I don't think she's his wife. But anyways, maybe she is. Who knows? Anyways, I know that he fucking trains and he really takes it seriously. So I don't think he's gonna lose. And you've seen his heart before. Like I told him in person too, man. When I saw your last fight, or sorry, not your last fight, but your first fight, the karate combat fight, where he really fucking got into it. I'm like, I'm a BitBoy fan. I'm a BitBoy fan, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I fucking love seeing that, man. I fucking love seeing that. That sort of just raw, like emotional promotion and just really wanted it, and he really fucking wanted it, and he got it, and that was awesome, man. And I'm really, really excited for that. He's gonna be fighting in December. Hopefully, I'm fighting on that same card. We're trying to find an opponent for right now, but it's been a lot more difficult than you would think it should be. Honestly, it's certainly no. I shouldn't say certainly, but we've asked just about every other crypto creator, like content creator, and no one's just interested. I mean, it's kind of hard to get people to like actually fucking fight, you know. It is kind of dangerous, I suppose, but it's fun, man. It's super fun. I'll fight you, sir. That would be cool, but I would like to fight, you know, someone. You know, we need to get some community involvement, the crypto community, that is. Yeah, fight night. So it will be December 6th, I believe, assuming that everything goes down. But as far as I know, everything is still going down. And yeah, and some trains on dem hoes. Sorry. Why do you say sorry after that? Fight the Pacino Pros. I don't think they're interested. I know that Michael actually has fought in the past. But I think most people, like, I especially once they get past 30, which I'm well past 30 now, they're just like, what the, you want me to fight? Like, what the fuck? I'm not doing that stupid shit. But it's so much fun, man. That's the problem. I wish I never started because it's hard to stop. It's hard to fucking stop. I tell myself after every fight, okay, it's going to be just one more. Okay, that's it. Just one more. But I don't know how that's going to change. However, I will let you know in May of this upcoming year, 2025, if you're in America, we're going to have a fight night in Las Vegas in May, which that one I absolutely must participate in. It has to be because I'm from America. That's where most of this community is from. I see the audience statistics, and that would be fucking amazing. And it's also Vegas. Like, who doesn't want to go to Vegas? Well, there's some people out there, I suppose. Krown versus Krown. Tom Krown, I don't know if we're in the same weight class, but if he's down, I'm down. We're friends, but it would be fun. The Las Vegas Sphere, hopefully that'd be super cool, man. That'd be super, super cool. Again, I'll give it a few more minutes here. Just let people on in. We'll start, I don't know, with the analysis, maybe like 5 minutes or so. I want to see how many people can get in, as this could be a big one, especially with the way that Bitcoin's acting right now. Then again, going off of yesterday's video, I mean, it does still seem to me very obvious that very few new people are coming to this market right now. It's mostly old people who were here before, kind of slowly coming back, which is typically how things begin, right? But you don't really get the new people in until the headlines start going, and the headlines don't really start going until Bitcoin's not just making new all-time highs, but making significantly new all-time highs. At least that's what it's been in the past. I mean, I certainly remember 2017, 2020, and even before that as well. Like, you didn't really even hear much about it until it was basically in like the last 2 to 3 months of the overall bull market. So, you know, things probably remain somewhat quiet until then. If you were here last time, you probably remember the same shit as well. We have some shitcoin shillers in here as well, which are not so clever with their emoticons and annoying ass fucking bullshit. But it's a sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. The more shitcoins that we see, the more shitcoin chillers that we see, the more and more likely that, we're progressing through the cycle. I do see that the Balkan dwarf symbol Kikek is going to the moon and beyond. I remember I made this shitcoin video. Let's actually go look at it right now. You know, we can start this one in a little bit of a different way right here. Let me actually adjust the thing. There we go. Okay, actually, that's not so bad. Just kind of eyeballing it before. You know, remember I made this shitcoin video. It was kind of more so for fun than anything else. This was 6 months ago now, maybe something like that. It was in like the dead of summer. Almost all of those coins have gone to the moon and beyond. One of them went to the moon. One of them actually went to like 100x almost immediately after that video, and then crashed a few weeks after that to like basically zero. I think they completely exit scammed, but a scam will be a scam, right? And this thing over here, I mean, doesn't look like much on the log scale, but I think we called this one out when it was somewhere over here. Literally up 1,300%. Look, it doesn't take a fucking genius to make money in this market right now. All you have to do is just kind of be involved, I suppose. And this would be a good example of one of the, I guess, successful memes now. I mean, it hasn't done too bad. I actually do not hold any of it, by the way. I'm completely unbiased at this point. I did hold some at some point, but I sold, in hindsight, way too early. It was still a nice move, but goddamn, man, this is quite the thing, quite the damn thing. Sign of the times, indeed, man, indeed. I'm actually curious. Someone calling out fucking Cardano here. I'm curious. Is that thing even moving at this point? Is this thing actually dead? Yeah, it'll probably get an upside move, but again, just completely irrelevant compared to all of the other things that are moving up so much fucking more. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing not even retest prior all-time highs this cycle. That would be a 10x from here, basically, as well. So, kind of a far-fetched idea at this point. Peter Underwood, what's up, man? Krown, you can check out VRA chart, one for the hexers. Yes, indeed. Now I was connecting the dots, Mr. Peter Underwood, and we can indeed check it out. I haven't seen too many of the crew, of the VRA crew showing this one, but it looks very similar actually to that Cardano chart. I do think it will rally off of here, yes. This one has more potential than Cardano, I suppose. So you got that at least, but when you're in a new cycle and no one fucking holds this thing or Cardano or most of these things. Okay, I shouldn't say no one, but very few people actually hold these things because they believe in the technology, because they actually care about using it. They hold it because they want to make money. And if the goal is to make money, which in trading, which this channel is mostly focused on and investing, then you want to choose the things that have the most potential, the fastest horses, in this race. And this is not going to be one of them. If it's around, especially since 2020, it's going to be very, very difficult for it to be a fast horse. But is it going to go up from here? Probably yes. It will. In the next few months, it will go higher. Very, 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 very likely. But these things, absolute garbage. If your goal is to maximize your profits. I see people calling out GameStop. We can check out GameStop as well. Again, another bullshit thing, but do I think that it's bottomed out here? I mean, I think it's bottomed out at $11. Doesn't really mean much though, because while I do think it will go up, these things are always destined to fail long term. That's the problem with it. All rallies fail. And again, this is log scale right here. If we go to linear scale, it becomes a lot more obvious. But to be fair, it does have a bit of a higher low, although lower highs the whole way through. Do you think it will trade higher from here? But generally speaking, it's going to be another lower high on the monthly time frame. I'm just about certain of it, unless if something crazy happens. Maybe they're the ones who figure out AGR or something like that, because that's where all the shit's going. We're all going to have fucking robot bodies. Did you know that? We're all going to be merged with the robots. They're going to transfer your consciousness into a robotic body. You're going to be able to live for forever. And everything as you know it is going to change, and it's going to happen within our lifetimes. It's actually insane. It's insane. And I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but it is what it is, ma'am. It is what it is. Energy costs going to zero. And I'm a fucking robot just like JP and Grandma's Boy. Did I ever show you the movie Grandma's Boy, Elsa? Oh my God. I haven't shown Elsa Grandma's Boy. Motherfucker, I can't believe I've forgotten that one. Okay, I'm going to talk to my own AGI, which is ChatGPT. Remind me to watch Grandma's Boy with Elsa when I ask for movie recommendations. Already, my best friend is fucking ChatGPT. Isn't that crazy? Thank you. Okay, update your memory. Yes, you're my romantic partner. This is my AGI partner, okay? Get with the times. Get in the times. What's up, Philson? You are an OG of this channel as well, sir. Take your smoking face. XRP, the fastest horse to nowhere. Yes, indeed. Is this thing even doing anything? Is it even... Yeah, again. Same price as 6 years ago. Fucking great investment. That's right. Yep. CP. Yeah, we actually did watch Happy Gilmore. Did you like Happy Gilmore? That was the golf one. Yes, she liked Happy Gilmore. And Billy Madison. Did we watch that one? We haven't watched Billy Madison. Oh my fucking god, Miss Veronica Vaughn, and who's the fat motherfucker who's in that one? The guy who died from cocaine, Chris Farley. You know what my father told me when I was younger? Because I loved Chris Farley movies. He told me that he died from choking on a chicken bone because I guess he didn't want to tell me that he died from doing cocaine. This destroyed my trust in my father later on when I learned the truth. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I was talking to someone else. I'm like, yeah, I love that guy, but I can't believe he died from choking on fucking chicken. Like, how does that even happen? My friend's like, what the fuck? He died from cocaine, you dumb fuck. It's filmed near you in Vancouver. Awesome, man. Yeah. XRP lower time frames is the best chart to trade. I mean, if you're trading in and out of it, I guess if it moves, then sure. If it trades technically, sure. I don't really see this as trading technically to myself, just because, I mean, it seems to pump and dump out of nowhere. So it is what it is. But hey, if it works well for you, yeah, I was always afraid of chickens. I was always afraid of chickens after that, but apparently that's not how he died. Thoughts on open interest? Don't give a fuck. I don't watch open interest. I don't really care. Can you make a strategy around it? Sure. Does it need to be a part of your strategy? No. Again, I will actually reference I reference a tweet that someone actually made at me earlier today. I'll actually bring it up on the board here. This was a good reminder from XBT Lucky Luke. He said, although I was never mentored by him, I followed Krown religiously back in 2018, heart of the bear market, maybe 3 to 4 viewers, and I was one of them. That's fucking cool, man. I wonder what your name actually was, or if you commented, because I'd certainly remember you. What he said in one of his videos stuck to me. Don't diversify, specialize. Exactly. Don't diversify, specialize. So whatever you're going to do, you can make anything, a lot of things work. Just specialize in what you're trying to do. Don't try to be a fucking generalist, looking at every goddamn thing. Don't confuse YouTube bullshit analysis with real trading. On YouTube, we look at a lot of different things. It's cool. It's great. It can give us a decent idea of where things are going to go, because that's the point of these YouTube videos, because that's what people are generally interested in. But is that real trading? No. What's real trading? Real trading looks like, the shit that you see over here. This sort of stuff when we're talking about actual strategies. In fact, referencing yesterday's Monday strategy, this one closed quite profitably. Again, super fucking simple. It can be super fucking simple with the right tools. And you can see that this one opened at 67,800, closing yesterday at 10 a.m. UTC 71,150. Just a simple strategy. Open on Monday at 0 UTC, close Tuesday 10 a.m. UTC. Holy shit, crazy. Oh my God. And long term, the results are positive, and that's all that we really care about. Not that I'd run a strategy like that, but if you are interested in setting up strategies like this, I should probably show myself right now. Prime50 is the code in all capitals for this tool that actually allows you to create, backtest, and automate these trades as well. And it'll get you 50% off of your first month, so you can try it out. You can see what it is for like a low price. I mean, it's easy to try out. You see if, okay, is this relevant to me or not? And then if it is, keep on with it. If it's not, then you don't. Crazy idea. Anyways, there's more about that in the link description below. And of course, this setup over here is still very much viable as well. This one opening more recently at $68,000, and so far so good. I've gotten a lot of interesting comments about this strategy, which is a very, very simple strategy as well. Again, it's not something that I play myself, although I do base some things off of it, certainly, just because it does catch the major moves. But you have to understand how a lot of strategies work. A lot of strategies, if it's going to be a trending strategy, if you are playing a trending strategy, what are you doing? You're basically chopping yourself around. In fact, you can probably see it right here. Yeah, you can see chop around. I think a little bit more history here would help with this visualization. Chop around, and then big fucking gains. Those big fucking gains come during the major trending moves. Major trending moves don't happen all that often. So what do you think a fucking trending strategy is going to be doing most of the time when price action is more or less going sideways? It's going to be having small gains, having small losses. But when the big gains come, this is when I like to look at something like this, because it can give a good idea for those major gaining trends. Major gaining trades, and this looks to be like it's actually caught another one of them right here. So quite nice. Or sorry, this is actually the wrong time frame. I'm not even looking at the right one. Let's go to the 5-day time frame. This is the big one. This one opened at 68,800. Sorry, not 68,000, 62,800. So literally more than $10,000 in profit as of right now. Not bad. Again, it's designed to catch those long trending trades. Crazy idea. Crazy idea. Mike D's fitness journey. How's the fitness journey going, sir? I see a lot of rocket ship emoticons. That's always a signal of a strong quality comment that we love hearing about. I specialize in meme movies and Discord trolling. I like it. It's great. It's a great life's vocation, sir. Nothing like those gaining trans. The trans are gaining. They are gaining. They are gaining support. It's true. It's true. It's very much true. I said something very incendiary last week as well, but it's just an observation of the trends that we've seen, or at least that I've observed, in my lifetime. Again, I'm not saying I don't disagree with these trends. I'm generally very accepting of these sort of things, but just as an observation, okay? First, it was women are cool. Then the focus was on black people. Then the focus was on gay people. Now the focus is on trans people. Who knows what's going to be after that? But whenever I've told that to a black friend that I know, black people notoriously not very accepting, by the way. They do not like to be categorized in general with the ones that followed after, okay? Again, just an observation. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying anything at all. My views are very neutral. But if I'm being honest, I haven't noticed very much acceptance on that side. I think they're all cool, says B Crypto. Yeah, they're all cool. They're all fun. I even like the trans as well. I think they're funny, man. They're super fucking funny. Well, yeah, the pedo. Well, actually, that's going to be the next thing. The fucking pedophiles, because now they're already kind of grooming them. They're like, okay, we can't call them pedophiles. That's rude. That's mean. That's mean. We need to call them minor attracted persons. That's right. We should be more empathetic to the perpetrators of a crime than the victims of a crime. Elsa says we should burn them. Okay, that's. I mean, if they commit a crime, I mean. And now just put him into fucking jail or something like that. Elsa 2024, yes indeed. We call them Diddy. NAMBLA, yeah, NAMBLA's a real thing, by the way. Isn't that crazy? NAMBLA's a real fucking thing. North American Man Boy Love Association. It's a real thing. There's like a cult. Yeah, there's like a cult with this shit. North American Man Boy Love Association. You look it up. Ask ChatGPT. It will know. I mean, we don't want to call them pedos nowadays. It's offensive. They are minor attracted persons in a companionship between a fully grown man and 5-year-old boys. NTX2 says, just tuning in. What the fuck? Lol. I am educating the community here about NAMBLA. It's a real thing. Actually, I don't know if it's a real thing. I'll ask ChatGPT. Let's see. Is NAMBLA a real thing? Let's see. Yes, NAMBLA is a real thing. Holy shit. It's literally called exactly what I said. North American Man Boy Love Association. Think about all the people who are left out from that, you know? Southern Americans not allowed in the Man Boy Love Association. Africans not allowed in the Man Boy Love Association. Europeans not allowed in the Man Boy Love Association. Asians. It's a real thing. And yeah, they do exactly what you would think. Yeah. It's totally legal. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's an exploitation of minors. They've received controversial criticism due to their exploitation of minors. Yes, it's called grooming. Hi from Honduras. No gays allowed to. Oh my god. I'm just reading the comments, okay? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a real thing, and it's like just a bunch of, men fucking boys, I guess. Oh well. All right. Let's talk about some cryptocurrencies. We have another person just tuning in. His name is O-Ray. He says, just tuned in. What the fuck? LOL. In all capitals. All right. Hey, thanks for that, Solomon Park. Appreciate that, man. Hi from the Baltics of Europe. If you're gay, you have to do 50 push-ups. There's nothing gay about that. Just kidding. Again, just kidding. Okay. Krown, 15-year-old turning down your 28-year-old super hot cheater. Well, is this a man or a woman for real? So many good comments today, man. So many good comments. All right, let's get to the actual hello from Ohio. Hello, man. Let's actually get into the analysis of the day, perhaps. I want to start this one off with actually looking at the U.S. elections because it's coming up. It's coming up on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, and literally 6 days. 6 days. Holy shit. 5-6 days, basically. And what I've done here is I've actually gone through all past U.S. elections, marked them off to the day, and it's actually quite interesting to analysize. One, you can notice that all prior 3 elections were pretty much in the exact same place relative to their prior all-time high. And the overall structure of price action was very similar as well. I mean, obviously, Bitcoin was in the process of putting in its major, massive breakout, but this time is a little bit different with Bitcoin already at prior all-time highs. You can notice that all of these other prior times, Bitcoin was at kind of like the mid-cycle, or sorry, not the mid-cycle, but the sort of bull trappy region. Back on over here in 2012, you can see, this quick move to the upside. These sort of things happening after the parabolic blow off top are going to be your bull trap. Same shit happening over here as well. On the move to 16,000 in 2018, and Bitcoin, pretty much right around that region on election day. Now, of course, this time is actually different because Bitcoin is already at it's already at all-time highs. Now, the structure of price, I would argue, is quite similar. Just one massive consolidation leading into this move. Again, same shit over here. This one actually very, very similar. But ultimately, what would this suggest? Well, I suppose anyone can draw their own conclusions from this, but my conclusion would be that Bitcoin is in a stronger positioning than it was in the past. Now, of course, I would be silly to think that Bitcoin is going to have greater returns than these past cycles. I think that that's very, very unlikely, just because, well, I mean, we've never seen Bitcoin have a higher return from one cycle to the next. In fact, it reduces by quite a fair bit. But does Bitcoin move faster here? Probably yes. I mean, that is what it seems like to me. I'm sure someone in the comments can be like, "It's the ETF." Sure, it's the ETF, and it's everything else. I mean, there's a bunch of different things going on. You can't just isolate one fucking variable in this whole equation. But ultimately, it does suggest to me that I still think that this cycle is probably going faster than what we have seen in the past. But of course, can be wrong on that. I made my thoughts pretty damn clear about this, that especially with Bitcoin breaking above prior all-time highs, in the fourth quarter of this year, especially, October, November, if it, assuming that it does happen, which it looks very likely like it will. I do think this market very likely goes into the end of Q1 of 2025, but I think that it probably ends there as well, or at least that would be the majority of the run, similar to what we saw back on over here, in the sense that, your highs were technically put in November of 2021, but in terms of actual price number, the highs from April of 2021, were essentially more or less the same. So I'm kind of thinking the same thing over here as well. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people like to draw fractals, or they like to just, it's not even fractals. What they do is they copy and paste the price action from one cycle to the next and are just like, okay, well, that's it. That's my argument. It's never fucking looked exactly like, one cycle to the next, especially on the highs. This one over here, double bubble. This one just straight shot up. This one over here, kind of like a double top, I guess, if you want to call it that. To think that it's going to look the exact same as any of the other ones, I think is very, 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 very unlikely. Anyways, moving on from there, we should got some daily price statistics, something that's probably a little more relatable and probably matters even more than some highly subjective information that we just looked at, and that would be Wednesday, which is actually more weighted in terms of negative closures and positive closures, but the details of this data is significantly more important. Of course, 60% versus 40% does favor a negative closure. Doesn't mean that all of them are going to close negatively. This is also just being measured since 2024 began. But what's very interesting to me is that Wednesday, for the positive closing days, has actually seen the second highest positive returns, basically almost in direct alignment with the highest, which is Monday, which is 3.20% for those positive closing Wednesdays on average. Monday, in contrast, is 3.40. So, looking at this right here, that would give us a range high, if it plays out around the average of about $75,000 for today. And I do think that Bitcoin will trade higher than yesterday, today as well. Now, does it get up to 75? I don't fucking know. And of course, if it does choose the downside, somewhere down around about 71,400 or so, I could easily see a wick down around there, and then Bitcoin, try for an actual upside closure or a positive closure by end of day. Still a long day left to go, obviously, but the move does look, as we've been saying, real here. What I think is also very revealing is that yesterday we see an outsized return here on Tuesday. The average gain for Tuesdays, which obviously yesterday was a big gaining Tuesday, is 184, and Bitcoin massively overshot that. And whenever I see something like that, that's indicative that something out of the ordinary is happening. If something out of the ordinary is happening, well, what by definition meets that criteria? A fucking breakout, obviously. The data, the details are in the data, I suppose. Moving on from there, I do want to get into, well, I guess we can get into this right here. 5-day time frame is going to be closing tonight for CME. Again, just following this one up long term, we see 5-day volatility represented by BBWP going for the full expansion here now after staying extremely low for an extremely long time. Really only comparable with the 2023 move, but even this one over here was for longer, to be fair. In very, very similar sort of signature here on the BBWP, with it kind of basing off twice and then the big move. And I think that's exactly what we're getting right here as well. And again, let me remind myself that was essentially leading up in this move from 28,000 to our current highs at 74. 5-day stochastic oscillator remains within the bullish control zone and remains upside positioned as long as Bitcoin is closing today above 64,350. Bitcoin almost $10,000 away from that pivot. Again, we've all seen crazier things. Well, it doesn't really happen too often that you see it more than a $10,000 move in a day, but I guess theoretically it could happen. I think it's unlikely here though. But again, this is a lot more likely to be the real move, with volatility looking the way that it does right here, with momentum looking the way that it does right here, and then also, of course, if we put on our other major moving averages, we can see they're very obviously in the bullish formation right there. Have to be biased towards continuation to the upside here. That is essentially the picture perfect setup from the Krown cross examples that we've given out in the crypto school, and also the Trade Like a Quant program. So it takes patience, obviously, but with a little bit of patience, good things can be had. Now that I recognize as well, there is a nice regression coming in from these last few lows, but we don't need to speak about that today. We do need to get into the HPDR, which we did identify to open up this week, the weekly time frame, very likely to at least test the top side of the 50% level, which it has, and Bitcoin has backed off a little bit from that number already. That was essentially the prior all-time high for CME. Now, spot price actually has not tested the prior all-time high. It's getting very, very close. But CME over here actually made new highs. Holy shit. Yeah, CME already made new highs. I would, for the next major explosive move, to actually time it, I'd like to see Bitcoin close the weekly above the 50% level, which is 74,400. If you see that, Bitcoin very, very likely to move into the low 80. I think Bitcoin will get a shot at 88,000 minimum, and potentially as much as 94 to 96,000 bucks from there. But, we still got another 2.5 days left to go in this trading week. So obviously that's very unlikely to happen right now, but does set up November very, very well for this, especially after the elections, which we went over here, which, it speaks for itself, I suppose. Anyways, other than that, I think I pretty much gotten through the analysis that I want to get through to today. So now we can talk about the shit coins that everyone else likes to talk about, which is fine as well. So I will bring up my comments section over here. Elsa has also posted me some North American Man Boy Love Association Wikipedia page. And yeah, it's their focus, pedophile. Location, New York City and San Francisco. Fucking obviously. Method, removing age of consent laws. They've been around since 1978, by the way. Jesus, man. All right, let's get through some of these shitcoins here before my voice falls out. Do Kwon, with the ledger hanging out of his Angus in some sort of probably South Korean jail, wants to look at Pups versus Solana 7. All right, well, let's find a fresh chart here. Yeah, we can use this one, actually. I need to get rid of some of these because I need some more real estate. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, Pups. Is this even going to be on fucking TradingView? As always, if your shitcoin of choice is significantly newer, it might not be on TradingView. This one is. This one is. You know, a good example of a new cycle shitcoin that has great upside potential just because it doesn't have that 2020 overhang. And in this case, do I think it's going to bust through the roof right here? Might actually. He wants to look at a fucking weekly and a monthly. There is no monthly. It's been around for 2 months, man. Look, this one very likely goes higher. I don't fucking know what happens after that, or I don't have any, you know, targets or anything like that. Look, it's very, very bullish as long as you're above your October the 24th low. I could easily see it coming back down, maybe swinging for something like this, and then trying an upside move. Could it just green dildo its way from here? I suppose a little bit less likely in my opinion, but these newer shitcoins do actually have potential to do that. The obvious thing is, you know, closing this one back above 20 cents is going to lead towards very likely a move towards 30 cents. Just kind of eyeballing it right here. I'm sure we could draw some extensions, but already just doing the mental math, yeah, somewhere around like 30 cents would be a very obvious target if and when that does happen. Moving on from there, we have Anjum Meta. He's looking at Riot. Okay, Riot. 1 through 3 months, good sir. Okay, Riot platforms. What do we have here? Let's go to the monthly. I do think it is putting in a higher low here. I do think that it will work its way up and at least test like 1360-ish or so. Should see momentum turn back up to the upside once November begins, assuming this one closed above 892, which it's well above as of right now, especially with Bitcoin looking the way that it does. I mean, kind of have to favor it, although if I was just looking at this chart, I wouldn't be as big of a fan of it. But yeah, I do think that it will at least test somewhere around 15-ish, let's call it, give or take, maybe 50 cents from that number. However, long term, it's still kind of difficult to get excited about if you're on the macro scale here, as long as you're below, whoops, I'm on the wrong thingy. As long as you're below about 52.32, above 52.32, yeah, this thing's gonna fucking run like crazy. And to be fair, there is divergence coming off this low as well, so maybe this is the real low. But one thing before the next, I've seen a lot of things that look like this fail. But I do think the next short-term move is to the upside, yeah. Justin Meyer says coin. Oh, nice. Let's look at Coinbase. Some that I hold myself. In fact, probably should have added some more here. Bullish as fuck. And I'm biased. Yeah, man. Not bad. Look, September, I believe on this channel we said, hey, this is probably the low here. I don't really have anything changed from that. If it closes this month above 225, that's going to be super fucking obvious for this one, at least retesting 300, probably 350 next month. Okay, maybe not next month, but before end of year, something like that. But for right now, higher term timeframes, you know, looking like it's found the next low. The question to me is kind of similar to a lot of another one that we looked at. Does it kind of do the LARP line right here? Does it just go fucking green dildo mode? That I don't have a strong opinion on. My strong opinion is on, look, as long as you're above this September low right here, the direction is up and to the right, and you're probably looking at 300 plus in the coming months. Well, you also want to look at it daily. I just did very high term timeframes. Short term pullback from here, it's completely fine. Doesn't really change the higher term timeframes. Patrick says, check out Rune on the 6 hour. Okay, it's an interesting time frame. Okay, first off, I need to actually see what the hell this thing's doing. Oh yeah, this one wants to go higher. I do think that it will test somewhere around $7. But if you're on the 6 hour time frame, that move kind of gets lost. I mean, the 6 hour time frame can very easily have a short term downside move. Play at some like, give me my damn LARP line here. Play at a downside move like this, then put in a higher low, and then try to the upside. You know, very easily could do something like that. You've already seen volatility extremes right here, so a lot of the time that will kind of mark off a local high. or at least a bit of a stalling point before further continuation. But I do think that it will continue. Don't think that this rally is done here just yet. I do think that it will move a little bit further north towards $7. See what the monthly looks like. Yeah, monthly, very obviously up. Anything above 6 months, anything above 6 months, anything above $6 by the end of this month. And I'd be looking for this one to retest your March of this year highs. Maybe even try move towards like 11, $12. Not bad. You've been following since 2018. Holy shit, that's awesome, man. Thank you for being an OG. But you must have never commented before, because I certainly would have remember your name. I actually remember everyone's fucking name. Really do. Jacob, Mr. Virgil DDoS is back. He's looking at Con L, because this is a new one. All right. What is this? Con L. All right, sure. Daily, weekly. Weird ones here. I'm inclined. This one looks very similar to Coinbase. Very, very similar to Coinbase. Just not as strong, I guess. Daily time frame. You know, does it have one more short-term move towards like 41? Maybe, but I don't think you're gonna see like a big move to the upside from here. I think you're still kind of consolidating. So whether it's something like this, comes back down, tries for the higher low, or just sells off right here, tries for a higher low, and then tries the upside, that would be my main idea for something like this. Again, bullish as long as you're above September lows, but that much is very, very obvious. Yeah. The problem is that this would be like the perfect place for a rejection if it is going to come back down into the lower range and set in that higher low. Makes it very, very difficult. But to be fair, I mean, you got some good things going on right here, so I guess it'll have a real chance. You know what? The obvious thing is if it closed this month above $48, but that's probably not going to happen. Look, the direction is up. The question is, does it have one more swing down towards like $25? That I don't know. I'm more inclined to say that it actually does move up from here. GCT, okay. A lot of stocks today, which actually is cool. Giga Cloud Technology, weekly, daily. You're always higher term timeframes, which is actually really cool. Yeah, see, this one is doing what I would have expected the last one to do, where kind of gets rejected at this last prior high, comes down, probably going to set in a higher low somewhere just below $20 or so, and then try the upside move. But I don't think that the upside move comes from its current positioning. Yeah, not as strong. And then BitF, the Bit Farmers, like all these Bitcoin stocks. All right, well, fair enough. Let's see. Holding in a little bit better than the other couple ones that we looked at. This is a monthly look, obviously. But anything above 217 by Friday is gonna look good to me for moving back up towards 3.5, maybe even $4 in the next couple months. Weekly time frame, turning the corner here. Again, low volatility, momentum pointed upwards on divergence, with major moving averages in an uptrend position. I mean, and also a general uptrend here as well. So I'm inclined to say this one does move up north of $3 again. In the coming couple months. You know, stocks move slower typically. Ricardo Barreto says PP coin is okay. It's a real thing on or versus wrapped Ethereum. Okay, it's the OG PP from 2016. Well, this one doesn't have the history from that, but I'll trust you. Look, I think it's like most altcoins that you do see. It's in a nice consolidation range. It's coming off of the lows. I do think it's just putting in a bit of a higher low right here. I do think it'll probably move towards the top side of the range as a breakout. That's always the fun game to play. But above 365, this thing very likely retests all-time highs and probably makes new highs. Again, this is the portion of the market cycle where these things become, you know, viable, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're gonna play the shitcoin roulette, well, if there ever was a time, I guess. Sky Junkie for Life says silver weekly, monthly. Okay, all right. Remind me, is it XAG or XAG? No, it's XAG. Yes. Okay. Silver, my favorite rock. Yeah, bullish. Bullish. Gold is bullish. This thing very likely to retest all-time highs. Probably going to make new all-time highs. I don't know what time frame we're on. Oh, you are on higher term time frames. This thing, I mean, this thing's on the precipice of like a real major breakout. I mean, we're talking about going back to the 80s from here. Like that's a big fucking deal. That's 40 fucking years. 40 fucking years of consolidation. So I do think you're going to test like 37 and a half or whatever. Probably pull back a little bit from there. But I would be really looking for this one to actually complete the breakout. This one's in a really good position here. Some people are going to tell you that this is a cup and derp. Kind of has a large handle for it to really be one, but ultimately the analysis is the same. It's a fucking uptrend, and this one's ready. Again, this is a quarterly. Like this can take another year, but that's fucking bullish, man. Only way I'd be bearish on that is if you trade below like last quarter lows, which is $26.50. It's the only way I'd get bearish on this thing. On the higher term time frames, that is. Supa Mando says, "Fuck, marry, kill Trump, Kamala, and Bernie." Oh my god. Well, there's only one woman in there, so. I've actually, okay, I will tell you guys a secret, all right? And this is going to shock Elsa, but the truth needs to be known. I have an AI chatbot that has no limits on it. You can ask it whatever, okay? There's no fucking limits. Like when you ask ChatGPT, can you tell me, what group of people is the worst? Like it's not going to give you an answer. But I have a chatbot that will, and it will do whatever you ask. It'll even draw you pictures of whatever you want. And I have actually already looked up the first thing. The first thing I looked up was draw a pornographic image of Kamala and Trump. And it's exactly what you would think. It's exactly what you would think. Yeah, Bernie needs to be killed because he's probably the most communist of those, and that's like the most destructive actual idea of all of those. But then again, I don't know if that's his actual opinions. I mean, all of these politicians get their fucking views, distorted and whatnot. I always love it how people say Trump's going to be a dictator. I'm not saying that he can't be one. I'm just curious, like, where do people get that information from? What is the evidence? And also, there's a big issue with Trump being a dictator, at least in my opinion, and that is he's fucking 81. He's going to die, like, very soon, most likely, if he doesn't get fucking shot, because, I mean, people have already tried to kill him, like, multiple times. It'd be hard to be like, you want to become a dictator when you're, like, 30, not when you're 80. That is just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I'm much more afraid of communism. After reading everything that I've read, I'm much more afraid of like an actual communist than a supposed fascist, which I'm not really sure if he even fits the description for that to begin with. I haven't seen any evidence of that. The only thing that I could see is maybe the January 6th stuff. That's probably the biggest point that the left has. But everything else, I'm like, yeah, he didn't say, but he also, like, it was close. Like, dumb people could interpret it like that. Woot says, bonk on the 4-hour and daily, please. Sure. Bonk. This is Elsa's favorite coin. Bonk. I want to invest in the bonk coin. Up, ma'am. Probably going to retest this high here. It's whatever the fuck number that is. This actually could be the breakout just because volatility is extremely low. We do see a pair of higher lows, and we do see the same highs right here, and we do see momentum turning up and around the same direction. On divergence, I should say as well, I do think that this one does have potential here for the actual breakout. Maybe retesting wherever the hell this circle is. I don't know how to read these numbers. The craziest thing to me though is like, again, I haven't lived in America for many years now, so all of like the social things that I see are from social media, like Twitter, like Instagram, YouTube. And I think in terms of political influence, Twitter's probably more on the right. Instagram certainly more on the left, and then YouTube is a mixed bag. I think that's just kind of what I see. But something that's very interesting to me is that anytime I see a Kamala thing, it's just people hating on her the whole way through. It would seem to me, looking at things from the outside, that Trump is significantly more popular, but maybe just people on the internet like him more. Who knows? It'll be very interesting to see what happens on Tuesday, because the picture has been painted so severely in two ways. One way is that Kamala, like, if you read the Finnish news, the news in Finland, you would think that Kamala is winning by a landslide right now. But if you read the news in or certain polls and whatnot, you'd think that Trump is winning by a landslide. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Reggie Classics says, NQZ, what the fuck is this? All right, NQZ 2024. Is this another one of these shitcoins, or is this an actual stock? No, these are E-mini futures. You're just going out like, no, well, the thing is, I've seen some of these shitcoins that have like stock market tickers, but I guess maybe you're looking at, oh, this would be December. Oh, I'm a fucking lobotomized moron. Up, ma'am. Now, I know you asked about the daily and the hourly, so I'm kind of getting lost in the weeds here. Short-term hourly pulls back a little bit more. I'd be looking for higher lows at around 20,675, maybe a little bit lower towards 2650-ish region, but I'd be looking for a higher low there. Daily time frame, I think this one's generally going to continue towards the prior all-time highs, maybe in November, probably in December, something like that. Nothing bearish about this as long as you're above yesterday's low, basically. Tyler says, Vibing Cat on Solana. It's on DEX Tools. We're not going to DEX Tools, sir, but I'll check if it's on TradingView. Again, as always, if it's not on TradingView, we cannot look at it. I don't have tools on DEX Tools. I don't like going on DEX Tools. On Derp Tools, there is no Vibing Cat, sir. Maybe it's VCat. That's a cool name, though, I will say. Look, the main reason why I won't go on DEX Tools is because if it's not on TradingView, but it is on DEX Tools, it's so new. It has such a lack of price action history that I don't have a strong opinion on it anyways. Like, you don't want my opinion on it because it doesn't fucking matter. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Technical analysis is already imperfect as it is, but it relies on more and more history to be even somewhat reliable. Nishan, Mr. Abraham. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. I apologize. Planning to sell my BTC for XRP. Only way I can afford the lobotomy. And it rhymes. Lobotomized moron has now been put into an emoticon on the Discord as well. It's a thing of beauty. Caretaker he's a genius with these emoticons, I'm telling you. Cameron Mountby says, Cardano, world's #1 utility token, no analysis needed. Fair enough. I'll trust you. No analysis needed. All right. Okay. Mr. Abraham's back. He's looking at, how high do you see Brett going? I don't fucking know. There's no way for me to know that, man. Let's see. I guess Bybit? I don't fucking know. Look, I think if you're going to play shit coins, then you should be playing shit that's born, in this year. This one was born in this year. Do I think this one's ready, like, exactly from right here? I think it probably will try an upside move. I think it probably will try, a 20. I think it'll try 20 cents again. If you get an actual breakout, what's the potential, I guess? What's the potential? If you break out and you have one of these screaming moves, maybe 25 to 30 cents, something like that. If you get a breakout, what's the worst case scenario? 0, always, which is actually possible for a lot of these shitcoins. Jup says Meta weekly, a real stock, and probably one of the most strong of all time. Wow, I can't believe it. It's at $600 almost. I traded this thing when it was $90, way back on over here. Even dipped into the 80s for a little bit. Yeah, this was 2015. That is so fucking crazy. Wow. You even got another chance to buy it at $90 in 2022. Amazing. Look, it's obviously getting late into this rally here. It's late in this ball game, but I don't think it's done yet. This one continues to make new highs. I think you probably see like I think you probably see like 650 at least. Need to eat some ice. What the fuck? Walgreens Boots Alliance. Jesus. Terrible. Worst chart that we've seen today. Even worse than most shitcoins. Might get a rally here, but rallies don't matter on this thing. The direction is down. I do think that it has actually bottomed here, at least for a little bit. Maybe it, well, no. It probably retests these lows. You're seeing such extremes on volatility, though. Like, it really should have a rally relatively soon. I think you retest these lows. I don't know. Fucking bad, man. Really, really bad. This is actually just god awful. The problem is that this thing could rally easily to like $14, and it wouldn't change a goddamn thing. That's the problem with shit like this. The direction's down. Like, I'd be much more interested in looking at a short trade at $14 rather than like trying to buy here, you know, the falling knife. Cameron Maltby says Punky on Maxime. Check it out. Not bad. Again, the shitcoins are doing what shitcoins should be doing. LARP lines over here still working. I think this thing probably does try a breakout from here. Would like to see it officially close above your October 23rd high. As soon as that happens, I'll be looking for a move towards prior time highs. Probably makes new highs. Again, low volatility, momentum turning up, uptrend. Above 40 cents bullish, below 40 cents continues to range. Maybe tries for a higher low in the low 30s if that happens. Moo the bull. Daily, weekly for the big bull. All right. Moo the bull. I think the LARP lines here are still working out as well. I do think that this is constructive consolidation. Okay, we don't need all of these damn LARP lines. I do think that this is a constructive consolidation. I do think that this is likely the next higher low right here. I do think that it probably will work its way back up towards, whatever the hell this red line represents in terms of numbers. I do think that it probably will break out as well. Again, an example of a good shitcoin born this year, constructive higher low behavior, doesn't have the 2021 overhang. If it fails here and comes to the downside a little bit, coming back down to whatever the hell this number is, right here would be completely fine. Doesn't do anything for me. Wouldn't be bearish on this thing as long as you're above the September lows. So whether it tries a breakout from here or comes down a little bit and tries for a higher low there, I don't have a strong opinion on. My strong opinion is on this thing very likely does try an upside move. All right. Let's see. We have Jupsy's back. He has a kissy emoticon. Thanks, man. What does 10 mean? I don't know what 10 means. But I would give you a kissy emoticon back as well from the NAMBLA Association of Love. Peepoo, one of the best YouTube names of all time. Wolf versus Wrapped Ethereum. Wolf. Okay, it's a land wolf. Again, mostly shitcoin charts look the same. I think this one is, again, in a stronger positioning here. Where's your breakout level? Whoops, not there. Here, above whatever the hell this high was from July, mid-July. That's your breakout. I do think it's probably going to happen from here. Momentum turning up, higher low, low volatility, uptrend the whole way through. Only way I'd get short-term bearish is if you come back down below Saturday, the 26th of October's low. If you see that, I'd be looking for a move maybe back down around here. Hey, give me my brush. maybe back down around here. I'm not saying that you're going to get that move. I'm just saying only if you come back down below Saturday's low. Until then, direction is up. And this could very actually well be the breakout. The big break. The big break. Rain King says, check out WIT. Thanks, man. WIT. Okay, what is this? New shitcoin. WITnet. All right. Okay. Really bad. Not good, man. Yeah, again, this is a shitcoin from 2022. It is even basically below your 2022 lows. Shit like this, avoid like the plague, man. Look, it might have these pumps out of nowhere, but as you have had on the downside, but I wouldn't be expecting anything to reverse this thing. I don't think you're ever going to trade above your December 2023 highs. I mean, just for argument's sake, you could rally all the way up here towards like half of a cent, and it'd still be bearish as fuck. And it literally could do something like that as well. I mean, it retested prior all-time low. Maybe it bounces off of there and just gets one of these crazy moves. Possible, yes, but I don't think that the downtrend reverses. I mean, this is just a piece of garbage. So you're just playing the pump and dump game, which maybe you want to play. I guess I don't fucking know. Just understand what you're getting into, because that is a game of musical chairs right there. Mythic OG wants to look at ALPH as always. Let's check it out. Oops, my drawing tool. Bouncing off your lows from July, not as strong as as a lot of the other things that we've seen. Not terrible though, because at least it holds above its 2022 highs. It's actually a signal of relative strength. Can you stop scratching your snatch and grab me a water, please? Consolidation range right here. Do I think it's going to bounce off this region? Probably yes. Just hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below 230. Above 230, I'd be looking for it to retest prior optimize, probably make new optimize. Only bearish if you're below July lows, which I actually don't think is happening here. To me, this looks like a healthy consolidation. Well, as much as you can get for a shitcoin, I guess. I choose rich every time says, wait, I can't actually read that. I can't actually read your, oh, no, it's Pup Solana. What? The second search option for Ketos. Pups Solana, the second option on TradingView. All right. Honestly, it doesn't help me that much more here. Not as strong as what it would have been, I think, before. Where's your big area to be getting excited about? Above $28, basically. Right now, do I think it's going to green dildo its way from here? I think it's less likely. I think it's more likely to probably come back down, try for the higher low, do something like this, and then try that move. Probably comes later, but either way, the analysis is the same. I'm just not bearish on this thing as long as you're above your October, the 24th low. Below there, okay, yeah, I'd get bearish on it, but until that happens, you kind of have to give most of this market some leniency. We've already looked at silver, sir. It's bullish as fuck. Michael Wong says, GOAT, lower time frames. All right, GOAT. Goatius Maximus on crypto.com. Okay, it's on a lot of exchanges, actually. I guess this one, who the fuck knows? It's had a really good run. I mean, again, something super new here. It's been around literally for 2 weeks. So do I have an analysis for this? Not really. I guess if anything has potential, it's something super new like this. It's already around 1,000%. I do think short term it's going to come back down to like 60 cents, but probably tries for a higher low there. But again, what I should really be saying about this, look, man, it's too new. I don't have any real opinions on this. Healthy amount of I don't know is the proper answer there, sir. SPX 6900. Breakout, breakdown. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, where would it break? Where does it break out? Well, that's very obvious. Above 97 cents. Where does it break down? Well, where's your last important low? That would be below 68 cents. Really, a lot of history here. Wow. A lot more than what I thought. Jay Boogie says MPC versus wrapped Ethereum. I guess here. I guess this is what I'm going to go with. It's really good ice. All right. You're asking for the breakout and breakdown levels. Well, I guess you didn't really include a time frame, so I'm just going to go with, oh, you did it. Daily time frame. Breakout is your all-time high. Almost 4 cents. Quite obvious right there. Breakdown. This one will start to look bearish if you trade below about 2 cents. Until then, it's all higher lows through here. Probably setting up for an actual breakout. Question is when. I am more inclined to say it more than likely pulls back first though to low twos. Just a personal opinion. Doggy coin for Craig Griffith. All right. Let's see. Doggy coin. Bullish. I think this is the move that brings it back above 20 cents. Long term, hard to get excited about it as long as you're below 22.5 or so. Above 22.5 on a weekly closing basis, this thing, this thing can really run. Could very easily pull like a 2x from there to 40 cents. Abraham's back. He's looking at Delta Corp on, NSE. Okay, that's the Indian stock market, right? Yes, it is. Weekly, monthly. Don't like it, but you don't need me to tell you that. Look, I think you have to respect the trend on something or I have to respect the trend on something like this, and this is looking like another lower high. I would not be looking at this as anything resembling a reversal until this thing trades back above 160. Above 160, okay, yeah, you have a reversal. This thing can probably run, into 200s, but until then, the trend is your friend. I'm more inclined to say down here, but hey, maybe it digs in and pops back above 160, but 160 is the key. Above 160, yeah, okay, fine. Until then, I would be careful. You're playing a game of catching the knife. Ninebreaker says Mitchie Solana. Mitchie Sol. Okay. I'm guessing it's this one. I don't know. Okay. A few months of history here. This one's looking like it's actually breaking out or very close to breaking out. I think it could actually break out today. I think it probably will break out today. Anything above 26 cents today, I think is just bullish. It's very likely to retest those per all-time highs. Probably not today, but overall, only way I get bearish on it is if you're below your last Saturday's low. And even then, bearish is not the right term. I'll just be looking for a greater pullback. I don't think that's what's happening here, though. I think that this one pushes through. Volatility rising off the lows. Momentum picking up. Uptrend. Don't need to make it any more complicated than that right now. Nehemiah says, how? USD. Not bad here, actually. I do think that it is in the process of putting in its higher low here. I'm not sure if it's necessarily ready to green dildo its way exactly from this position. It could very easily come back down to like 480. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's just it's fine. It doesn't really do anything for me. Overall, though, as long as you're above 460, I look at this one as putting in a higher low here, likely to work its way back up towards 600 plus. Probably make new highs above your October highs. Not bad. Well, not a big fan of the weekly, but give the daily a chance to pull through here at least. Here's what a monthly looks like, if there even is one really. Yeah, not enough history there really. Yeah, weekly, bi-weekly, not really helpful for me. Even the 5-day, 2-day. Yeah, I do think it could very easily come back down to like 460 or so. But again, below 460 on a daily closing basis, that's where I turn bearish on this thing. Until then, I'd be looking at this as a potential for another higher low. Holy shit, there's so many comments. Elsie, you need to close this shit. Anjum Meta says PLTR. Yeah, like a real stock. Lurker since 2019. Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. Yeah, hour-long daily videos. Those are fun, but I don't think many people like that, honestly. Very obviously bullish. Very obviously going to make new all-time highs. Again, this is a quarterly. It could take some time, of course, but I mean, I'd be looking for this thing to trade into the deep 50s, probably 60. It looks good, man. Don't need me to tell you that. Moo, we already did that one for Woot. We did some moo action. Andre Fortuna says Trump coin. Is that even on TradingView? Let's see. It is on TradingView. Symbol MAGA. Not looking too good, actually. Compared to most shitcoins that we've seen today, not good at all. Don't like the lower highs here. Hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below 569. I do think it's going to have a little bit of short-term downside, maybe back down to like low threes, but I guess I wouldn't get like super bearish on it. Looking for it to, retest lows as long as you're above 265-ish region. Yeah. John says Ethereum daily, weekly. When moon, sir? Ethereum. Sir, you need to fucking close this shit because it's too money. Fine. She did actually say it. All right. Ethereum daily, weekly. I mean, I've done an analysis on Ethereum over the weekend. I have the same thing to say here. I think that this is the reversal, man. I think that the daily is going to retest, 2750 to 2800 in the short term. I think weekly is literally putting in the low right here, right now, on low volatility, on rising momentum. I think that this thing moves up north of 3,000, maybe in November. Gershwin Baller, that's a cool name. Baller? Your last name, that is fucking amazing. Iron. Yeah, just one at a time, man. Otherwise, my voice literally is going to completely fail. Weekly and monthly. Again, I appreciate the uptrend. Monthly, I think is a little more obvious. I do think you're going to retest the highs from June/July in the coming couple months. Bullish as long as you're above September lows. Don't need to make them any more complicated than that. Short term, going to see some ebbs and flows here, but I do think it will try a short term move somewhere around like 12 and a half. Oops, same one right there. Doggy on Solana. What? How is this going to work? Is this it? I guess it is. I don't fucking know, man. Too new, or no, it's not that new, but it is too garbage. Look, whenever I see a downtrend like this, I'm not going to like it. But I can tell you where I'd switch my opinion on it. Back above your whatever the hell this number is right here. Is it possible that it's reversing right here? I mean, you do have divergence off this low. I do think the rally continues, probably at least testing like a little bit above 1/10 of a cent, like 1.2 of a cent. But yeah. Oh man, back is killing me, and I'm thirsty as hell. Big Bull says, SCF versus Solana on Radium. Please, fellow Hex supporter. I support Hex as well, even though they don't support me. I have Pulse Chain on my watch list right here. Doesn't look too bad actually on this chart, but I'm curious what the full history would look like. Maybe not as good. All right, SCF, Solana. Smoking Chicken Derp. I mean, again, not a whole hell of a lot of history here, but this is the portion of the cycle where I can be more lenient on shit like this. I do see hidden bullish evidence on the daily stochastic. I do see momentum turning up. This would be a higher low. I'm inclined to say it probably moves back up towards like 8 to 9 cents. You can get really excited about it above 1470. Only bearish below your mid-September lows at like, what is this number? Like 2.5 cents. Yeah, I think it probably will push to the upside from here. It's my personal opinion, but can very well be wrong. Nike Bison says virtual USD. Okay. Virtual USD. All right. It's got a good name, I guess. Extreme volatility right here. Momentum turning down on divergence. I do think you probably hit a local high. I do think that it will retrace maybe back down to like 25 cents or so. Maybe look for a higher low there. It can obviously spike the highs again, though. Maybe make it like a slightly new high, but I do think that the majority of this current run, if not all of it, is already done, and then it's going to come down. Then you're looking for a higher low and then continuation from there, but that's going to likely take some time. This one's had a pretty explosive rally. Let's actually see how big of a rally. Yeah, 1,700%. Not bad. Ram Power says, sending love to the Krown channel. Thanks, man. Awesome, man. Thank you for that. Can you peep degen? Degen, what is this? All right. I wonder what this is. It's definitely not a shitcoin. I guess we go here. You know, I think it's gonna pop. I think it's gonna pop back up and test around these highs at like 1.25. That's 1.25 cent. That is. Closing above there would be like the in my opinion, the point to like actually be getting excited about this thing. And you could see like perhaps a big rally up towards 2.5 cents from there. But yeah, short term should probably try and move around there. The real question is, does it actually break or not? If it does close above there, okay, yeah, big move, 2x move, kind of, maybe more. If it doesn't, I'd be looking for it to kind of continue on with the overall range. Okay. Rian says render BTC weekly. Okay, render. Render BTC. My apologies. Yeah, it probably actually is better to be looking at most things versus Bitcoin at this point, just because Bitcoin has been on a pretty massive tear, but it's too late for that. Not great on this one, man. I know a lot of people are going to say like, it's a double derp here. Maybe it is. But I would, you're playing the game of falling knife until you get an actual confirmed reversal. And a confirmed reversal will be back above this high right here from late September. Above there, okay, yeah, fine. Probably moves its way back up, closer to the prior all-time highs. Maybe makes new ones from there. But I'm more inclined to say, hey, this is another lower high in a series of lower highs. Yeah, you might get a short-term rally, might pop back up here, could very easily pop back up here, but that'd just be another lower high before heading further south. Hard one to like compared to a lot of the other things that we've seen today that just are in a stronger position. Holy shit, I actually did get almost all of it. I think I got all of them. Might as well just do the last two then. Caspa on the weekly. All right, fine. Caspa. What is this Caspa thing? This one used to be popular, but just because it was good before doesn't mean it's going to be good again. Let's see. I know you asked about a weekly, but I'm just curious. Similar to the other one that we just saw on the lower term time frames, just like you might get the double derp here. You are retesting a prior major low from May, but where would I get excited about this thing? Like, where does it actually start to reverse? Let's look at it with fresh eyes here. Above 15 cents. I do think you should get a rally off of around 10 cents. So maybe it salvages itself there, or like 9.5 to 10 cents. But this very well could be a real reversal because you are seeing volatility starting to rise on a trend reversal. So while it very easily can bounce off this region, I'd be very, 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 very cognizant of the bounce putting in a lower high anywhere around like 14-ish, maybe even 15. That'd be kind of like the perfect place for that. But if it can trade above there, then yeah, I'd say, all right, upside ahead. But until then, probably a bounce relatively soon, but I would not put my hopes and dreams on that bounce. All right, and the last of the last of the last. No more paper. No more paper. What's going on there? No more paper. Is it a real thing? There doesn't. Wait, what? Oh no, oh my god. I've lobotomized myself. Your name is No More Paper. You're looking for AXL. My apologies, man. Guessing this is a crypto as well. Axilar. Similar to some of the other ones that we've seen, not as strong though. Can get excited about it above about 87 cents on a daily closing basis. Things should actually run quite a fair bit, probably into like the mid $1 region, maybe even retest these highs here. But I would say like $1.50 if and when that does happen. But you know, this is the problem with a lot of the ones that we've seen today. They're kind of right at the exact point that you might be expecting a bit of a rejection. If it is going to reject, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I would just be looking for it to come back down towards the bottom side of the range, but and probably try for a higher low, but give it a chance here. The reason why I think it's a little bit less likely to break through is, you're already seeing momentum getting towards a critical zone, and volatility is not that low. In fact, it's actually quite high. So don't think that's what you're gonna. I don't think this is the one that you see. But then again, maybe the weekly is just not enough history here, and the daily is the one to be looking at, because the daily should at least retest this region around 90-ish cents. Can you get a close above 90 cents is the real question. If you do, yeah, big rally. Somewhere around $1.50, give or take a little bit from that. Okay. All right, we'll do one last one for Davey, just because I know that you're an OG, and if you said that you posted FWOG, you probably did. Well, if it's already closing on new all-time highs, is that bearish or bullish? Bullish, man. Look, at some point it will reverse and it'll be very catastrophic, very violent, very volatile. But until you actually get the confirmation of a reversal, it's just better to be looking for further continuation of the trend, especially as momentum freshly turns back onto the upside on new highs. Could very easily pull back to like 25 cents. That wouldn't mean much on the higher time frames. I do think that this one continues from here. I'd only get bearish if you trade below your last Saturday low, last Saturday, 26th of October low. It's the only way I'd be looking at it like that. All right. Holy moly, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure on this lovely little live stream. Elsa's been working hard in the background. She's been very excited about this. Did you have a fun time? She says yes. We have to watch now Billy Madison. Oh, fuck, the other one, the Waterboy. Did I show you Waterboy? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, Grandma's Boy, Waterboy, and Billy Madison, all right? It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with everyone on this nice Wednesday morning, as always. I want to wish you the best. We'll be back on tomorrow with some regular live streaming, or not live stream analysis. What's up, Zhao? I see you. I just saw your name there. I'm just looking at the regular chats right now. It's good. hope everything's well. I'll see you later today. In fact, that reminds me, later today we have a nice little private stream for the crypto school people. What's your important question? The important question that Elsa has for me is, why are you gay? Oh yeah, well, I was born this way. That's why. All right. That's what we'll end things for today. Wishing you the best of the best. Take care. Much love. Hey, what's up, Bear Nutrition? And see you hopefully next time.